Envision being on a billionaire's payroll to oversee their mega yacht, earning $8,700 per month as a chef, $3,800 per month as a junior steward, or $119,600 per month as a captain. Salaries of this magnitude may make our jobs appear trivial, but contrary to expectations, working on these mega yachts reveals a darker reality. Let's consider the case of an Israeli billionaire and philanthropist in stormy waters. In September 2010, a colossal yacht named the Sabona, measuring 446 feet in length, anchored in Turkey. This opulent vessel, rented for tens of thousands of dollars a day, was positioned at mid-sea. During its stay, Turkish police conducted a raid, exposing a dubious businessman on board accompanied by 9 young girls, 2 of whom were underage. The police discovered a substantial quantity of contraceptives and a file containing pictures of escort girls, along with hotel receipts. Promptly, 2 Turkish billionaires were arrested and subjected to investigation. This raid was the culmination of a 5-year operation aimed at dismantling a sex trafficking network. Coincidentally, it occurred during the Israeli billionaire's stay, during which he consistently denied any involvement. According to the investigation, TK Arif, a Turkish tycoon and former business partner of Donald Trump, was implicated in an organization dedicated to procuring women. A suspect who worked for Tyke confessed, stating, "When Tyke plans a vacation or holiday in Turkey, he usually calls me. If he wants to rent a yacht, I take care of it. He comes here to meet friends and talk about investments, and I order models for them. I don't know if they're underage or not. SFI asks me to find them." You might be curious about the role of the staff in all of this. In response, the police referred to the yacht owner, also a billionaire, Kaman Sadiq Kugu. When questioned about whether he was informed by his cabin crew regarding the suspects bringing escorts and engaging with them, the response remains undisclosed. He replied, "No one brought such matters to my attention. I was unaware that Arif Taik and Alexander Mashkovich utilized the A for these purposes. It appears that the compensation for the job is enticing enough to ensure silence. Do you comprehend what facilitates Meg's convenient access to illicit activities? There's a lack of checks and balances. Any individual, perhaps not just anyone, but someone with billions of dollars, can acquire a mega yacht. And when things take a turn for the worse, they disavow any ownership." Consider the case of the 2 Russian billionaires, Igor Shayin, the head of the Rosneft oil company, and Alisher Usmanov. They supposedly own the 86 million Amur Vero and 156 million Dilbar, or at least that's what they deny. Both yachts were seized following a significant scandal, but fortunately, The Guardian managed to interview the captain, who provided us with an inside perspective. He asserts that there's a valid reason why conventional laws do not apply to these floating palaces. Regular deep cleaning to eliminate traces of drugs, like cocaine, becomes necessary. The prevalence of prostitution is an open secret, with women routinely transported to the boats. Furthermore, he highlights that the industry is very sexist, ageist, and racist. Individuals who are non-white or hail from less affluent nations face minimal chances of employment. Female staff are typically mandated to submit full-length profile photos to potential employers, and they are occasionally required to undergo regular tests for sexually transmitted diseases. Specific yacht users are reputed for frequently trading sexual favors for extravagant gifts, such as luxury watches. It is customary in the industry, the captain remarked. The owners desire to engage romantically with the stewardesses, and it's quite bewildering and repulsive. Over the years, this industry has expanded and become more accessible. Certain events, such as the Cannes Film Festival, which are meant to celebrate the pinnacle of cinema, appear to serve as a focal point for the sex industry. According to The Hollywood Reporter, every year during the festival, there are 30 or 40 luxury yachts in the bay at Cannes, and each boat is owned by an affluent individual. Approximately 10 girls, usually models, and often in a state of undress, inhabit each boat. Clients are instructed to place money in an envelope with "gift" written on the outside. These girls, termed yacht girls, are exploited for sexual encounters with wealthy older men, some of whom are B or C-list Hollywood actresses or models. Here's the unsettling revelation. According to The Hollywood Reporter, this practice has persisted at Cannes for 60 years. The report states, "It's drugs and drink and beautiful women. Go out on one yacht, and you'll see the girls all waiting for their envelopes at the end of the night." Let's not overlook that these are the same mega yachts that publicly boast about the Cannes after-party, featuring celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Naomi Harris, Rosario Dawson, and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. All the boasting occurs on their social media, but one can only speculate about the true nature of their enjoyment. Currently, we have witnessed how some staff members maintain silence, while others confess anonymously. However, there are those who endure severe consequences, to the extent of being either killed or driven to take their own lives. Let's provide you with some gruesome examples of that. In September 2010, Will Black, a 28-year-old from Ripley, Surrey, joined a Billionaire's yacht as an officer in charge of crew and equipment. Just 6 weeks into his tenure, he was declared missing, and his body was never found. Some claim that he died while piloting and collided with another boat. Will's mother, Judith, was inconsolable after receiving the German captain's call about her son's disappearance. What was strange was the captain's attitude towards the incident. According to her, he said, "Don't worry," as they had thrown some flowers in the water for Will and given his belongings to the police. It was as if he didn't exist to them. They just didn't care. There was no respect for his life. They couldn't even find the owner of the boat, as there is no legal requirement for owners to declare themselves. In 2015, Jacob Nicol, a 24-year-old from Cornwall, died while working on a super yacht. He suffered severe brain injuries after falling from the super yacht owned by a Russian billionaire named Alexander Mammoth. After 10 days in a coma, he later passed away. Surely life in the service industry on board can be punishing. In 2007, on a super yacht owned by a Spanish billionaire, a former crewman aged 40 witnessed the dark depths of prostitutes and sex parties happening on the yacht. He shared, "We'd arrive at a port and there would be prostitutes waiting. All the female crew were picked for their attractiveness and often felt they were sexually harassed. If this were happening in Britain, it would not be tolerated." It resembles contemporary slavery. In general, we observe a pattern of excessive working hours, sexual exploitation, and a lack of concern for yacht crew members. The most harrowing tale emerges from the experience of Australian Instagram model Cad Mamera on board the Mayan Queen 4 vessel, the $18 million super yacht owned by Mexican billionaire Albert Beres. She served as a hostess, and after only 4 months of working as a crew member, she tragically took her own life by hanging herself on the back of the super yacht. Despite desperate efforts to save her, she died on the way to the hospital in Athens. Following her death, former super yacht workers came forward with claims about life on these vessels. Hostess Sarah BBY described how she would endure absurdly long work hours and take only 2-minute breaks. She revealed to Daily Mail Australia, "I usually started at 6 a.m., and we would normally do 16 to 18-hour days, meaning not sitting down for more than 2 minutes at a time." It was also reported by the family that the model who took her own life had left her family in tears shortly before her death. The family's lawyer shared the deceased had telephoned her mother and brother shortly before the unfortunate incident. Under investigation, she was in tears and referenced an incident that occurred on the yacht with another crew member. The family asserted that Cad was not experiencing any problems. She regularly communicated with them, and she seemed content. As for the billionaire who owned the boat, he maintained that he was not on board at the time of the incident. 2 weeks prior to the incident, she posted a cryptic message online stating, My head is all over the shop today. She also posted, "Take me back to this where my only worry was not cracking my skull open." Numerous crimes persist in the service industry at sea due to the absence of a declaration of ownership. Many billionaires get to feign ignorance while the workers play the "I don't know, I just work here" card. With the proliferation of anonymous testimonies and leaks, these billionaires will soon confront the limitations on seas with stricter rules of the road. What do you think can be done to curb such unlawful behavior on billionaire mega yachts? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.